Here we go. What's up, man? I'm Elijah, and I'm starting this YouTube journey. Not my bad, guys. Starting my YouTube journey now. First video ever off my PlayStation. I don't have a camera, so you probably won't see my face until I get a camera. But hey, I'm ready to do it. Inspired by Cory, man. Really want to live life and give people videos to enjoy. Let's do this. This game is called the Stanley Parable. Let's get into it, man. Oh, snap. I skipped it. Rookie mistake. Okay, what we got going here? Up, down, up, down. I got that from Cory. Oh, I can go like that. I hate Mondays. Okay, it was no. Guess resume. Okay. Go to the offices. That's locked.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I think that's a sign
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh yeah, I got it, bro. Lord.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Oh, are you coming off my... You're talking about my intelligence? Come on now. I really wonder, like...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yo, what in the... guys, we gotta find a name for our community, because, this is my first start ever to making a YouTube channel. And it's off my PlayStation.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I can't really read that.
Yes, really, really worth it. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
So clearly, you cannot...
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Whoa.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh my freaking God.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
This freaking guy.
Let's see, we went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
freak?
No,
Whoa.
no, 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 no. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay,
Close your eyes,
okay,
guys.
okay, okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top.
Dang, that's crazy. So so I went the wrong way, and it made me start the game over. So let's never
All of
try
his
that again.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
Lord, I should have followed directions.
It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Any, many, miny, more. Catch us by the fine toe. My mommy told me to pick this one right over here, but I changed my mind to pick this one right over here. Okay.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Dang. I'll tell you right now, my brain and keeping track of directions are not on point.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What I did first time, I was touching everything. Maybe that's what. Oh, I can't read that. It's too far. It doesn't let you zoom in either. I swear this one of these doors are open. I must be. Now there is.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. You know what? I really think that Cory should play this game. Like, it would be so great. So whoever sees this.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
You kind of move fast in this
Wait,
game.
never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Lord. Woo! What in the...
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
This is like
Do you remember,
before the
Stanley?
office building.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Jump up and
I know you put
down.
in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I might take a little break. Ooh, I might take a little break because
All right,
I have to go
I've
get my
got a
clothes off the
solution.
wash machine.
This time, to
I'm in
make sure we
college.
don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay, buddy.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Onward.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
No. Guys, I can't edit, so you're gonna have to hear this music.
Cut the music.
Yeah,
Go
thank
back
God.
and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what a fern is. I might be a little illiterate.
Wait, we're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
I wonder, like, what type of game this is. Like, everything is based off of your decision. It's probably like that type of game. Everything's based off of your decision.
Stanley, I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Find your
Now,
dreams come
yes,
true.
this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
Am I going in circles?
Stanley, I'm ready for it.
What? I swear. What in the world? If I go beyond... Oh no, that's crazy. Watch this though. This is the craziest part. Wow. That just tripped my brain.
Oh no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Like, I want to tell you guys, like, for some reason, like, I have anxiety. Like, not diagnosed, like, by a doctor, but it's like, I'm not very comfortable. Like, that's where the line's going. I'm not comfortable. For some reason, I am comfortable with being here.
A choice.
Playing on
We
here.
get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Okay.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
The confusing ending.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really
Dang.
how all this goes?
I die in the
It's all
end?
determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Yeah, you know he did.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
That
I'm not
is
quite
crazy.
sure if we're in the destination or the
I
journey,
might have
though
messed
they're
up.
always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Oh, that's crazy. Cut him right off. If y'all can hear my yawning, don't mind that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What if it works this time? It probably won't work.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I would hate to be Stanley.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
And let's inspect the room real quick. Meeting schedule, weekly targets, admin, IT. RIP. Dang, who died? Don't mind my. I do believe that is. Sorry guys. Give me. You know. Give me a moment. Okay, back on. Funding. Dang, somebody getting fired? Somebody got their desk moved. Complete today's unfinished agenda. Yesterday was tomorrow. The future was tomorrow. God, I'm illiterate. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Oh, wait. Who changed that? Tips to not get fired. For not getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work. Wow, that's crazy. How to solve a dispute. Let it ball up inside of you. Take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Resent. Dang. Yeah, let's go. So,
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm deviating. Okay, I'm not gonna go down there because red is a scary color. So guys, I go to. Oh. Okay. Oh, what's in the bathroom? Open it up. It's hard. Let's not do that though, so we might get trapped.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845. 284.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumb. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, this door is huge. What are you, a giant? It's a movie set. Oh. You know what's crazy? I looked at the trailer for it. It was something about a movie set, and this is scary as I don't know what to. Let's get out of here. I'm not sure. This is not an indie game. You know, like those short games.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Stanley should think about, does he remember anyone's face? This is like, you ever seen like the Truman Show?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape. I'm dark. I'm black.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his... But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Thank God.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
This is definitely like the Truman Show. It was such a great movie. Like, I'm telling y'all, if you've never seen it, go watch it, man.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Dang. No, that's crazy. So I think it was like one of those, like, where I had went, when I went down the wrong hall, it was like, it messed up the whole story, so give me a whole different storyline.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Somebody got fired. That fire might mean he dead.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I'm gonna tell y'all, I play horror games.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life, for he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Oh, I mean, it's already disabled. Everything is offline. It's like hold on, man. Let's inspect first. This is kind of scary. I'll tell you though, I am very weak. Like, not weak-hearted, but like, scary games, man. I don't know if I can take it. Like, I watched Cory play. Maybe because he's playing for years. Cory is like 30 something. No disrespect to the Shogun, but we gotta find a community name for us, man.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this.
You talk too much.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Dang. First off,
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
wait, so I beat the game? Oh, no, that's crazy. So, did I not beat the game?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, usually they send you back to the main screen.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's go this way again. Go this way.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, let's go downstairs, because this is where we came in first.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Right.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Dumb. I wish I could edit and I would have said dumb.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
So Stanley is hallucinating. He's not. No, he's insane. Okay, so now it's time for the other direction.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I thought about breaking this up, going all directions.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Into the door on my left. Now we're gonna go through the escape room. Well, if I die violently,
Yet there was not a
everyone
single
wants to see
person
it.
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, we could. Okay, let's go in the bathroom. I got the feeling I've got monies for stealing, but not yours, of course. What's that say right here? That's a Biley purse. Lord, I thought I was illiterate. Well, I was looking for more like design. Oh, they're smart. We know what that is. Time magazine. Come on now. Let's do these doors actually. Oh, we got too much to see. Oh, okay, we're gonna go to the escape after this. Dang, it's another one? Okay. This might get split up into 2 different videos. But, yeah. One day, guys. When I start to get a living off of this, sometimes I think about just doing this for the rest of my life. Honestly, once I get like a good ground and the ball's rolling, fair game, man. I don't even know what I would like. My channel name is Jackman Eli. That was just a random name. I don't know if I want that to be my name. And I want to create a community of awesomeness, guys. So, oh yeah, I was telling a story earlier. I do go to Morgan. Do I like it here? It's alright. It can be better. I'm not really I'm not a partier or anything. I have one friend, and that's the friend I've been with since high school. We barely hang out because, you know, we've got things to do. But my roommate, he's really, really cool. Cooler than I thought, actually. Also, on this channel, I have to try not to curse, because I do have a potty mouth. So, and for some reason, I'm very comfortable speaking on here. Like, I have a thing where I'm in, you know, spaces. I'm cool being around people, but like, just talking or being comfortable, not really my thing. Like, I'm here, I just go to class and come in and work out and come in my room. Majority of the time I'm watching Cory. Not that majority. I'm watching anything on YouTube, really. On my monitor. I know I got a monitor but no PC. I gotta build it. I'm gonna build mine once I get
Nothing
some,
could have
you
been
know,
wrong.
some parts. My gosh, how we gonna be in here? Let's try to go down. I feel like I'm washing machine. I guess that goes literally nowhere. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
This guy here. Yeah, I might not hurt me. No.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Hey, what was that? Oh, well. That was... Oh, yeah, there's nothing back there. So, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all my plan for the future. It's early retirement. Retire early
Stanley
and
walked
young.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
That's crazy. Bon voyage! Oh, I think I really died.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Dang.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Dang, this is crazy. Ah! Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Was that a new narrator? Yo. Nah, that was tough. Oh, he must have walked away or something.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, Death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? That's what I was thinking in the beginning. I was like, what if he's already dead? I was thinking I should just said it out loud, guys. But that don't make sense because the lady found him dead. What? It says office layout. Blueprint shows the office. At the beginning of the game, part of the game. Sections have been added and altered through development. Through the core, layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. The two doors. Two set of doors. First concrete was the very first concrete piece of Stanley Parable design. Once the room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room poses. Corridor. Yeah, y'all can pause that and read. Oh, was that? That looked like I can't even remember the game. That sounds like the sound from Dead Space. I played Dead Space. I might play again if I don't know. This is like an art gallery. That's a maintenance room. Okay, somebody is watching us. All right. Left, right, left, right. So, oh, I think this is the end of Stanley. Another ending. Oh, this is the development of the game.
Then he pushed the number 8. Let's see. Stanley walked through the green door. He pushed the number 6. Stanley walked over
Kevin,
the
Calvin,
bridge.
Kelvin, Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3
Nothing
separate
there.
times over the
Shoot.
2 years
Well, try the other
of
one.
development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the
Stanley
final
pushed
game.
the number 6.
Oh yeah, that'd be stupid. I wouldn't want somebody to keep, honestly, for him to keep talking like the whole time. Even though I'm talking now, it's crazy. But like, I'm playing a game, he's still talking. It would have been great if I had to interact with anything. Oh, we do have another ending though. We turned it on. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not looking at everything, I don't think. Now you know he did. I'm gonna tell y'all now, if y'all expect any sport games, I don't know how to play any. Like 2K, that's out of the question. Oh wait, let's go through here. We know where we came from. It says trailers, reran 4 major teasers, trailers over the course of game development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms. Some points are narrated in form sharing a new version. He didn't do too well. The elevator broke. It's the exit button.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Nah, it's dark.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Wow. Talking about turn my game off. Crazy.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely
Alright.
I was mistaken.
Alright, guys, I'll be right back. Gotta do my clothes. I'm back, guys. You can't hear me right now completely, but okay, now I'm back. Oh man, 60 hours over. I said 60 hours. Well, I guess we can end it here, and I'll finish another time.
No, the orders were still missing.
So,
For now.
without further ado, guys, see you when I see you. Deuces!